Well, hello everybody, I am Spegtacular, the Silver Stacular. In this video, I want to talk about some things going on right now, some of the more research that I'm doing on this bar that I'm kind of just so curious about. This bar that fell into my lap, so to speak, from Jenny, a viewer of mine who told me, hey, this thing is not so pure, and can you look more into it? And some of the things going on with that. So this is kind of a quick follow-up. I'm sure there will be more of a follow-up soon, but I want to talk to you about certain things that are going on. One being the CEO of Silver and Gold Bull reached out to me. I want to talk about a video claiming to basically debunk my video. I want to talk about some of the questions that I've gotten, and I just kind of want to go over things real quick. So let's start by saying, first, I don't really want to badmouth or I don't want to, talk negatively about these companies like Silver and Gold Bull or Silver Town. I really do want to state again that I don't think that they did anything wrong. If anything happened, it was an accident. If anything happened at all, I'm not even 100% sure that it did happen as far as an impure bar. I don't know. That's why we're testing. That's why I'm really trying to make sure. And I'm in the process right now of getting a hold of another bar. A viewer is sending me one. There have been a total of 5 bars total that have been brought to my attention that has this anomaly, this problem with them. 5 bars. And so now I'm going to go real quick to the CEO of Silver and Gold Bull, who says that he has tested now over 100 bars. So 5 bars had a problem that I've found, and over 100 bars not a problem that only they have tested. And I've seen many other people test bars and not have these problems at all. In fact, the bar that I was sent, again, had no problems whatsoever. On my Sigma Metalytics machine, I can take my bar and put it on there any which way. Okay, doesn't matter how I put it on there. I can, put it on the high relief spots. If you ever want to call those spots high relief, it's so insignificant. None of that stuff has any kind of problem on the Sigma. It checks out as pure silver every single spot. Going to that high relief issue real quick. So the Sigma does sometimes, if there's incused or let's say areas that have indentations in them, any kind of bubbling or ripples or high relief, okay, like a high spot in the coin bar or whatever the case may be, the Sigma can have some problems reading around those. And that's not a problem at all for these bars, because the bar is so minuscule when it comes to the high relief on it. It's really not a high relief type of bar. It just has some artwork that's somewhat of a relief on it, not something that really messes with the Sigma. And regardless, there's plenty of spots on the bar that are flat, that have nothing on there, right? No wording, nothing, just a plain field. Those areas test perfectly, and that's a great place to test a bar or a round when you have those just flat areas. There's plenty of those on this bar. I have wand attachments, and you can use the wand attachments and really get to the bottom of a lot of things with those little wands. Again, my bar that I had sent to me, I can test it with any kind of wand. I can test it anywhere. Shows pure, no problems whatsoever. It was this other bar that I got from Jenny that I was having problems with. I found 0 spots that I can test it as pure. Not a single spot. No matter how I moved it, no matter where I moved that sensor on it, no matter which wand I utilized, it was always showing impure. And then when I brought it over to the Britannia setting, the 96% pure silver, it was showing that was actually good. Which, again, I want to say that that's not really the way to do things as far as, just trying to find the setting that works. But it was just something interesting, okay? So let me go real quick and talk about how I don't believe that Silvertown did anything wrong and Silver and Gold Bull didn't do anything wrong. They're the distributors, and I want to let you know that Silver and Gold Bull CEO, he reached out to me. We had a phone call last night, and really seems like a genuine human being, really great person. Wants to also figure this out, right? Seems like he's all for community and our community, and wants us to get to the bottom of this. He wants to help in any way he can. And you know, I wish I could have shared that phone call with everybody, because I think it would have put a smile on everybody's face how genuine this human being was. And a lot of respect for him. Don't know if he's gonna, you know, see this follow-up video, but nothing but praise for Silver and Gold Bull and what they stand for. And yeah, man, I will do business with Silver and Gold Bull quite a bit just from that one phone call that I had. And if my word means anything to anybody that watches me, I tell you what, man, use my word to benefit and help Silver and Gold Bull, you know, because they deserve your business. As somebody who just thought that phone call that we had was really positive, really positive, and just how much they want to help. Offered to, you know, pay me any kind of expenses that it was going to cost me to figure this thing out on my end, which I don't want anything from them. It's not about that. I can pay for that myself. Let's just say I started it, so I'll finish it on my own. But yeah, man, Silver and Gold Bull is awesome, and some way or another, because, you know, he genuinely he wants to get to the bottom of this, and you know, this is not something that he wants for his company, and I don't want it for them either. You know, a bad name, and I don't think they deserve a bad name if that's what people are trying to give them for this. And you know, this is just me noticing something that they sent out, and you know, accidents happen if it is an accident, and if it's not an accident, let's talk about that for a second. Let's talk about the Sigma. Is the Sigma Metalytics a perfect machine? Nope, it's definitely not a perfect machine. No way is it perfect, okay? In fact, there's no perfect way, 100% perfect way to test anything. We have no 100%. We just have things that are better than the others, right? And Sigma Metalytics is something that many of us can afford, okay? Now, it's not something that's easy to afford by any means. You're talking about an $800 to $1,200 plus machine. You start getting into the more expensive ones, you're talking like $1,800. You know, you're talking almost an ounce of gold you could have gotten to get one of these machines. And it's not for everybody. If you're a small-time collector, why would you need one of these machines? You just find somebody that has one, or you just bite the bullet and hope that everything's legit, right? So, Sigma Metalytics, I've shown on my channel before that it can be fooled, and I've showed that it's not perfect. I've showed that off before. It's not a perfect machine by any means. But I've never seen this before with a 10-ounce bar, that you test some and they test fine, and then you test some and they're not testing fine. And so I just really question it, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to question things. And here's my issue with all of this, right? Like I said, many hobbyists, collectors, we have to get that machine, the Sigma Metalytics. That's the machine that we're going to go for, even though it's, you know, sort of expensive for some people. They go out and reach for this machine. This is the one they get, and this is the one that many of us have to get, because we don't have the money for a $20,000, $30,000 XRF machine, which also puts out radiation, by the way, and a lot of people are concerned about that. You know, like, this is a $20,000 to $30,000 machine, and that's the next step. So what we really need is something better in our hobby, and with a problem like this that we're having with, you know, a machine, if it is the Sigma Metalytics showing some kind of error, you know, we need something better. And how do you get something better in a hobby like ours, or anything in this entire world? By fixing a problem. You need to have a problem before you make something new, right? And so we need that. We need something new, something affordable that we can get our hands on, so that we can, you know, rest assured that all this stuff that we're getting is real. Because there's actually a lot of fakes that are circulating in the hobby, more and more all the time, coming out of China. So it's important. We're spending all this money on this stuff. We really want to make sure it's real. And also on that note, dealers want to make sure that what they get is real. Now, small-time dealers don't even have the XRF machines. They can't justify the $20,000 to $30,000 plus cost of an XRF machine. So what do? They get the Sigma as well. And they actually go by what the Sigma tells them. I've had many local places near me, and you know, it's all pretty much the same story. If you have a bar or a round, whatever the case may be, a coin that you put onto the setting that coin is supposed to fall under, let's say it's 999 pure, right? And it shows outside of those brackets, that coin shop, that bullion shop, that dealer, a pawn shop, if they have them, they will not buy the product. They won't touch it because it's just not for them. It's not something that they can trust. And so it's rough on the community if you have something that's not testing on that machine the right way, because a lot of shops won't take it. I'm not saying every shop. Some shops, you might have local to you, and they'll take it just if it has printed 999 on there. Maybe they require that they do an acid test. I know places that won't take a gold coin unless they cut it in half right there and they test the inside of that gold coin. And that's just the way they do business. They won't take it unless they cut it in half, which ruins the coin. So, everybody does things differently, but around me, a lot of people have that Sigma. If it tests outside the brackets, they don't touch it. And so we kind of need that. We need that to happen. On that note, the Sigma Metalytics, I was introduced to this issue that they've had, I guess, with another round, kind of like a 1 ounce round, I think it was. And I guess some of these, and they were from Silvertown, just happened to be, again, not saying anything bad about Silvertown. This was something that, just some kind of flaw in the product, but not towards it being pure. The product actually was 999 pure, but it was showing incorrect on the Sigma. And I think Sigma determined that there was some kind of small, little stress cracks or something like that in the round itself, little tiny, little cracks. Or kind of weird, right? That would cause the issue, but it's the Sigma Metalytics works on a electrical current that goes into this thing, and I guess something small like that could mess it up. A 10 ounce bar not having a single spot that tests right. Are these little stress cracks all through it, or are there air bubbles all through it? I don't know how that could happen, but could it happen? I guess. I guess. I know this is long-winded. I really know. What else can I talk about? So I thought it was interesting, a few things, some of the questions, right? A lot of people are saying, it's funny how they're going back and forth, but Sigma Metalytics, it's an amateur machine. You can't trust that machine, blah, blah, blah. And then another YouTuber put out a video showing, let's call it a debunk of my video. And then those same people that were saying you can't trust this machine are, haha, looks like it's fine to me. Looks like just Spegtacular doesn't know what he's doing. I do know what I'm doing. I absolutely do. I've tested many things, and not that I'm some kind of scientist when it comes to the thing, but it's an easy enough machine to know what you're doing, what you're looking for, what to be careful from. And what I want to say about that other video is some of the things that were not considered was that, when I tested Jenny's bar, the one that was coming up impure, I used the wand attachment, and the actual sensor that is on the machine all over the bar, all over, and could not find a single spot, not a single spot that would show the bar is pure, not a single one. Also, an issue with that video is that Jenny has reached out to me, and again, I don't know Jenny personally. She's across the country. She trusted me enough to send me that bar of hers, which is over a $300 bar. So that's all I really know of Jenny, but she's given me this information, and so far everything has seemed to be very good. I do trust Jenny, and she actually had the bar taken to her local shop where they use an XRF, and she gave me the brand name. She said it was a Titan XRF machine. She said she was about 6 foot away when this all went down, when she was watching the coin shop or bullion shop owner test this thing. And she said that the shop owner goes, yep, 97% pure, 97. So, that throws a real wrench into the game, right? So we need to test these things for sure. And we need to have our bars fall into the parameters, fall into the brackets of the machine that we all have, a majority of us have. We need to have it in there, because that's what we're going to rely on if it ever does come time to sell. Wouldn't it be terrible? Wouldn't it be terrible if we do need to sell this silver? One day something happens, oh man, I got to sell my bar, and you go to bring it in, and maybe even in desperation, and the shop owner goes, yeah, it's not falling in the brackets. I can't buy that, and you need that money. That's, we need the silver to be as liquid as possible. We really do. And my goal is to help the community. It's not to hurt. It's not to badmouth people. I know that I called Jim Lewis a jerk. I still think he's a jerk. That doesn't mean that I hate him forever, that he and I could never, hash things out. It's not about that. It's not about that. I think the guy's a jerk. Am I allowed to do that? Yeah, man. That's life, right? Many of you that follow the Wall Street Silver have been calling me a jerk. It is what it is. I mean, you're entitled to that. You're totally entitled to that opinion. I'm not going to agree with your movement in Wall Street Silver. I don't totally agree with what you're doing. That doesn't mean that you can't have your movement. That does not mean that, It just means that I don't agree with it. We're allowed to have different opinions. One thing I wish didn't happen. I wish that when I first put the information that I had on Wall Street Silver's little subreddit page, that it was not removed. That we could have got to the bottom of this thing right then and there. I would have never had to make a video, go through the trouble, try to figure more out. Maybe, Silver and Gold Bull could have reached out to me there, but it was removed, and I cannot just allow an issue like this to just completely go to the wayside. I can't allow that, I almost have a commitment in a weird kind of way to the community to try to make sure that things are right. Because this is my question to you all. What is your voice? Where is your voice? A single email? If you sent an email to a big company, what would your response be? Maybe just an email back. When I send out a video and it gets 15,000, 16,000, 20,000 views, that sends a real message. And it's not, just my message. It's our message as a community trying to question things, to make things right. And again, I don't think that Silver and Gold Bull, I don't think that Silvertown did anything wrong. I think there's some kind of just something going on one way or another that we got to figure out. And that's all it is. It's a question. I don't want anybody to lose their sponsors. I don't want to gain any sponsors. I don't want to, I don't want any of that stuff. Like I've always said, man, this channel started as a hobby for me. Just a hobby. And if it ends as a hobby, I'm okay with that. I also want to say that a lot of people are trying to defend me. They are on Wall Street Silver. I'm sure Wall Street Silver has had to ban several people for them trying to defend me, and I appreciate it. I do appreciate you guys trying to defend me, but I don't need it. Wall Street Silver can do whatever they do on there. It's a very toxic environment right now. I will say that, and you can if you're from Wall Street Silver and you're listening to that right there, you can take it how you want. I don't really like the fighting going on there. I was on there real quick a few hours back, and I just seen all this name calling. There's a post about me, so I guess that's where it hits home the worst. It was something going on about my video, name calling and racist stuff, and people talking about Nazis and calling each other Nazis. It's like, my goodness, we're all a community. We're supposed to be. Whether you're in that community or another one, I think that ultimately we like silver, right? We like silver and gold. Let's have our differences of opinions and just, move on in a positive way, because, man, all that negativity is not going to do any of us any good. Any of us. Like I said, I don't agree with the Wall Street Silver movement to the T. I don't agree with it, but that doesn't mean that I hate them. I don't personally agree with it. But then there's a ton of people that do agree with it. So, it is what it is. It's almost like trying to get into politics. You're never going to agree with each other totally, 100%. You just have to, agree to disagree and kind of walk away and shake hands and still be friends and talk about something else. You talk about music. Let's talk about some Duran Duran. Hungry Like the Wolf. Who doesn't like that song? But anyways, this is a way longer video than I thought it was going to be. I just want to cover everything. So, Silver and Gold Bull believes that they're going to get the bar on Monday, and they're going to test it. The CEO is a little worried that you guys are going to think that he's a liar if he tests it with the XRF and it comes back pure. I don't want you guys to think that. If it comes back pure, then let's just go with that. Let's go with that finding. I'm still going to test the bars that I'm receiving, because I'm getting a bar from another viewer. I have a few bars on standby from other viewers in case something doesn't pan out. So I have other bars that I can get come to me, that have the same exact problem that Jenny's bar had. But I don't want you to think that the CEO is a liar, blah, blah, blah. I really do think he's a genuine person. Like I said, I'm going to start doing a lot more business with them because I could tell by that phone call that he's a really good person and that he wants the best for the community. I mean, heck, he's already supported a movement like Wall Street Silver's movement, so that's pretty cool, right? That even happened. I'm driving right now, by the way, so I'm trying to think of everything. And again, this, I have a job, I have a family, I have the YouTube. I try to have some kind of time for recreational stuff, but all that stuff combined, it takes a lot out of me. So this driving that I'm doing right now is like the only time I have to make this quick video before I have to do one of those other things that are in my life. I'm just trying to get everything I can together, and I wish I could be in all these different places. I wish I could have been right there behind the counter when Jenny had that bar tested with the XRF from the shop owner, with my camera out, trying to get that footage for you all. But unfortunately, I'm not omnipresent. I can't be everywhere all at once. Sometimes I have to go by people's words, and I have no reason to not trust any of these people right now that are reaching out to me. I think they're all really good people, and I want to get as much information for you all as I can. I really do. I really, really do. I would really suggest that if anybody's going to make a video about this, they really do their research. I feel like that last video was just, unfortunately, really lacking in research, and was praised kind of unwarranted, unfortunately, because they did not do all the research. They need to get back in and do more and try to find those anomaly bars that I have found now. I'm sure your viewers, if you recommended that bar, have those and could email you and tell you about the anomaly that they're receiving. Anyways, I don't know what else I can say. I'm sure I could say more, but there will be more to this video, of course. One way or another, I want to let you know, and we need to get things fixed in this hobby. And like I said before, man, problems end up creating solutions, and that's what we have here. We have some kind of problem, and hopefully somebody out there that's Elon Musk smart can start creating stuff that helps us in this hobby, and just is better and cheaper, because man, having to pay $1,200 for a machine that doesn't work right anyways, if that's the case, that stinks, man. That really does stink. We need something better for sure. And it's gonna take these problems that we're facing in order for somebody to go like, there's enough demand in the coin collecting hobby and the silver hobby that I can make this thing, make some money on it, and do good for the community and not charge an arm and a leg. I'm not buying a $20,000, $30,000 XRF machine. I'm not doing it. I'd rather have the bar destroyed and tested that way, because that's way cheaper. But yeah, some of the questions that I was asked, and one that I remember right now is, why didn't you just trade your good bar for Jenny's bar, and that way you would have had it? And to be honest with you, like, things just happen so fast. Again, I have to work, and so I have to do YouTube stuff between work and being a father and a husband and all this stuff. So when I got the bar, Jenny's emailing me, telling me that Silver and Gold Bull is going to exchange the bar for her. So that was already set into place. She already had a return slip from them. So, hey, Spegtacular, I got this. I'm going to go and return it. And I'm like, hey, can I buy this from you? But she, didn't really want me to buy the bar. So, yeah, I just returned it as quick as I could, because I feel like that's the right thing to do. And unfortunately, because I returned it so quickly, the whole video process wasn't really created, because again, my intention was not to create a video on this thing. It was just to post a few pictures to Reddit and ask people what was going on, which is why I only have a couple photos of that problematic bar, even though I sat there, you know, in my room with my Sigma, just all over that thing, testing the snot out of it, trying to figure out what in the world was going on with this thing with the Sigma, and I was getting impure every single time. You know, I did that. I only took a couple pictures so that I could put it on Reddit, and it was, you know, censored, and so that's kind of like why I just didn't consider that. It's just the speed of everything happening. It was just so much going into motion at one time. And man, this is a long video. I do apologize, but it's helped me get home from work. That's nice. All right, so what other questions? I'm sure there's a million other questions. You know, in hindsight, we could have all did things differently. How come I didn't do a specific gravity test on it? Again, time is of the essence. I literally got that bar, and I was able to get it into the mail just you know, back to FedEx just so quick. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have time to do a whole lot of things, or even think about a whole lot of things. And I didn't think there was going to be a video necessary for all this. But here we are. No turning back now. So anyways, in closing, my goal is to do the best thing for you guys. It really is. Really is. I don't care what side of the fence you're on, what side of the argument you're on, whether you're the Wall Street Silver crew, if you're a different crew, if you're the YouTube crew, if you're the Instagram crew who's been following this situation too. I want the best. I want the best for all of you. Whether you hate me or not, if you think I'm a jerk, if you disagree with my findings, if you think that I'm, you know, running some kind of some scam out there to try to get views, or whatever you think, I'm still going to work for you guys. You know what I mean? I still want to help you guys to have the best hobby as possible, because not only is it your hobby, it's my hobby. This whole YouTube experience for me started as a hobby. You can watch those early videos if you really want to. They're terrible, because that's what I didn't have a lot of technology then, but you know, just sorting through boxes of pennies and finding all kinds of wheat cents and Indian heads. Man, I was so excited, and that's where this thing started. That's where this thing started. You know, it's gonna be a really hard video for people to watch. This one right here in particular, for people that didn't actually watch the first video. But just know that my intention, whether you love me or hate me, is just to help you. Okay, that's really it. And you can still hate on me. It's fine. You can still call me a jerk. You can call me a hack job, or whatever you want to do. I'm still going to try to help you, and it is what it is. I can live with it. Anyways, hopefully you were able to get through this long-winded video. Next one will actually be a normal video, I hope, where I'm testing that new bar that I get, information from Silver and Gold Bull. I want to get some information from them. Maybe I could even do a call with them. That'd be so much fun. And so you can listen to the CEO just, you know, talk about this a little bit, because like I said, man, good dude. I can't say enough about that company just by this short interaction I had with them. I don't want to say too much, but there's many other companies that you and I both know would not have called me, would have just swept it under the rug, and you know, wouldn't have tested a single bar. These guys are going through great lengths to make sure that things are good, and I totally believe them. Anyways, I gotta go. This is a long-winded video. I'm sorry. You know, let's stay as positive as we can though through this. I really want to have some positivity come out of this ultimately, and I think it will. I really do think it will. Spectacular though. I gotta go. It's way too long of a video. Is out.